I do not usually do this, but before this video, instead of the regular intro lead-in, I want to give a disclaimer. The disclaimer is, I heard this information from a very valuable source. I am not at all saying that these things are facts. I'm saying that this is something that I heard, which I am reporting. That's it. This is just information in which I gathered. I am not saying any of these things are facts. Just take them with a grain of salt, and you decide whether you believe it or not. BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Yeah. So apparently, this fabrication that everybody has been throwing out, that Takashi has told on every single person, is more inaccurate than you can ever believe. Okay, before we go any further, I want to make sure that I say something. And that is, I am not saying that Takashi told on 0 people. What I'm saying is that Takashi was put in a position that forced for him to have no other choice than to make a deal with the government. And when you make a deal with the feds, one of the things that you have to do, HAVE, is cooperate. You have to cooperate. So he had to cooperate, and in his cooperation, he had to speak about his part in crimes, like the Kuda B situation. What was your part in that? Oh, well, I said something about a 30-pack, and then I supplied the money that was paid. He had no choice. They had Kuda B dead to rights. Once again, they had Kuda B dead to rights. They had him at the location on camera, right? On CCTV, closed circuit TV. 2, they had an actual witness. They had an individual who went up to Kuda B to take selfies. 3, Kuda B threw away something he was drinking out of, a water bottle or whatever. So it can be reasonably surmised that they had fingerprints and DNA evidence linking him to the scene. So Kuda B, they didn't need to get by the words of Takashi. So hold on. This is where I'm about to lower the hammer. It has been reported. Actually, I reported it here also. I don't know who else reported this, but I know that I did. That the government has 49 discs. I'm not even knowing how to say that word right. It's my accent. But discs, D-I-S-C-S, or is it D-I-S-K-S? Anyway, discs, there you go, of information that they plan on using against Treyway. Now, how could this be explained? Where I spoke about this before, and I'm going to tell you what is believed to be on the disc. But do y'all remember when I just previously did a video, very short time ago, and I said in the MCC and the MDC, those are 2 different buildings where they hold detainees for the FBI, for the federal government. This is before you actually go to court, right? Before sentencing. So they have 2 different buildings, the MCC and the MDC. One of those buildings allow for your lawyer to give you a headset for you to listen to the evidence against you. Now, there's 49 discs of evidence. I have no idea how much room one disc can have, but there's 49 discs of evidence, and you have to assume at least one disc can hold at least 1 hour of information. You know, and a lot of these discs also, besides just being regular information, put on it, I would also assume is wiretaps. Okay, so hold on. These discs are what were given to the defendants, the detainees, the people who are currently fighting against the case with the headset so they can listen to it, right? I've already reported on this. Now I'm reporting that I got information that 95% of the information that's on the disc have to do with shots that were called from behind the bars by the older OGs, the old OGs from 9 Trey. 2 Shotti, then 2 Mel who's top dog now, and 2 Hoff. Now, I don't know this to be actual fact. I'm just disseminating information. You could do with it what you want. But this is the information that I have received. Now, let's, for 1 minute, go back to what people have been saying about Takashi. This whole entire time, I have been saying, there is no way that Takashi knows what the federal government needs to know in order to prosecute a lot of these individuals. So, with that being said, it does look like Takashi and the information that he was able to supply the government with is not the main information that these people are, that the government is using to prosecute individuals with. Because how can Takashi know about what the OGs told Shotti? And this is just if this is actually true. We don't know this to be fact at this point, but the source that has given this to me is as reliable as sources come. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we were up on that real quick. Because if you really pay attention to what the charges are that everybody has been hit with, none of the charges have actually been outside of the scope of what we currently know. I believe that a reason why a lot of these guys are taking the deal is because they know the evidence that can link them to crimes that are going to put them away for the rest of their lives. For everybody that thinks that this is a Takashi case, this has never been about Takashi. This has always been about organized crime. And that's if what I've just told you is accurate. As far as I know, with the people in which I deal with, what I just told you is accurate. This particular source has been on the money 100% of the time. I don't know no more to tell you. I don't know what more to tell you. I want to know what y'all guys think about this. Does this sound plausible that a federal case would actually be opened up and then used, right, based on information in which they received about people who were already in prison giving orders to the outside world, rather than a federal case was started because some rapper with rainbow hair was beefing on the internet? I want to know what you think is more plausible. That's one. Two, I got one more point to make. A while back, Shotti, right? He was actually going to, oh, y'all don't know about this because I never spoke about this before. Anyway, I'll tell y'all now. There was a situation where Shotti had to go speak to a big homie that was locked up. I know this to be a fact. I know about the thing. I just never spoke on it because it wasn't really relevant until this story dropped. This story makes this relevant. Shotti went to go speak with a big homie. I can't 100% remember who he went with. But one of the people that he went with was in order to be able to, because he was having more control over monies that was coming in involving Takashi. So once again, what this might be about more than anything else is the exchange of money and how money was being trafficked and how drugs was being trafficked. Could you traffic money? You could launder money. Money was being laundered. Drugs was being trafficked. So, also, do y'all remember a while back, they were saying that when they first got arrested, there were people who were talking that got arrested. There was people who got arrested. Mel was accused of being one of them. At least a story had came out that Mel Matrix, they were using, or they were gonna use, wiretaps from him being in jail, calling out in some of the things that he was telling people when he was relaying orders from inside of the detainment center. He was relaying orders right after being locked up because they got picked up and they weren't ready to go in. It was just a split second type of thing. All because of the situation that happened when Takashi went on the Breakfast Club. So this is one last thing that I'm going to say, and I'm going to let y'all go. I'm not going to hold y'all no longer. Remember this. I said this when they first got picked up in November. They got picked up the week, I believe, of Thanksgiving. It was either the week of Thanksgiving or the week before Thanksgiving. That's when they got picked up. And I remember telling people this. Okay. What I basically said was, Takashi getting them arrested was good for everybody that wasn't currently on an indictment, because the FBI wasn't ready to arrest or to start prosecuting the case against the people that they really, really wanted. So there's a lot of people right now. Some of these people might be in the rap industry. Some of these people just might be individuals on the street hustling. Some of these individuals might be in other states that right now, as much as they might be wherever they are at, talking trash about Takashi, talking about how Takashi is a snitch, and all the rest of this mess. What Takashi did was save a lot of y'all from prison time, because he forced the government's hand and made them stop the investigation early. And believe me when I tell you, the government knows that they was close to wrapping many more people up into this investigation than what they currently have. And I think the obviousness of this is they have 49 discs of evidence that they can use against the people that they currently have locked up. Imagine how many discs they were actually working on. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.